Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. I'm not recording this on my usual camera. This is a friend of mine's phone. TREYARCH have just released the first Zombies teaser. I don't even know where the camera is on here. I think it's this thing. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. The first Zombies teaser has just been released by TREYARCH on Twitter. There's a freaking secret language type thing going on. There's a mask. Let's just look at it. Let's break it down. I'm kind of losing my mind here. My camera died at the worst possible time, but it's okay. Alright? Fingers crossed you can hear me okay and stuff like that. I've never used this phone before, so fingers crossed it works. So, in the image that TREYARCH have just released with the caption, what's the caption? So it begins, ... hashtag zombies, so it's definitely a zombies thing. They have, let me just turn the brightness up on my screen. Oh, it's on max, okay. Some kind of dude in a mask, or taking off a mask, zombified hands, and clearly a language around his eye. I've got to stop looking over here for the camera. It's over here. It's over here. Over there. Right. Some kind of stuff around his eye written in a language that looks really reminiscent of the language that is included in the map Shangri-La. If you guys remember that from way back in Chronicles, of course, but also originally way back in Black Ops 1, okay? So the circle with a line through it, for example, looks very Shang. Similarly, the circle with a plus, those sorts of things look very Shang related, but it's clearly not that same language because you've got symbols in there that just do not appear anywhere close to Shang at all, such as this kind of face, like unhappy face with a little box underneath it and a line next to it as well, like one skull or something, it looks like. I mean, really hard to tell what that is exactly right now. At the bottom of the image, we've got mankind's reckoning will be its salvation. What? And it's written in a very familiar font. I mean, this looks extremely similar to our good friend Only the Cursed Survive, and holy moly, this is actually really high res. You can see mankind's reckoning will be its salvation. It is a slightly different font to that old Shadows of Evil, Only the Cursed Survive font, and I'll have that old poster on screen right now so you guys can get a look at that as well. It is slightly different to that, admittedly, but it's very similar. Like, I think it's meant to be a sort of thematic continuation, and then you've got this text running along the left side of the image as well, and I mean, you've got like an epsilon there with an extra line added, you've got an O, you've got a kind of arrow or some kind of like spear type thing, 3 circles, which looks like one of the letters that you can get in Apothicon, you've got what looks like a kind of Ankh thing here, and you do have repeated letters as well, which is always good to see. So what I'm guessing is going to happen here is we will figure out what these 2 separate messages say in the next couple of hours, and I'll then be able to update you with exactly what they are, because right now I think that it's probably going to take a little bit of time. I mean, there's a chance that later in this video I'm going to actually edit in a clip of me telling you exactly what they say, but for now I think that the most likely thing is that we try and do some kind of substitution. Hopefully it's something simple like that, but I want to get this video out as quick as possible just so that you guys are aware of the fact that we have our first Zombies teaser. It's actually happened. Now, there are so many questions to be asked about this, and, like, just, can we just really try and ground ourselves for a second and realise that this is the first Zombies teaser that we've got for Black Ops 4. All of Black Ops 3, think about that entire game, right? Think about the build-up with Only the Cursed Survive, with the Shadows of Evil trailer, with the Giant trailer. Think of all of that build-up. Think about the legacy of that main game itself and all the beats that happened throughout, all the marketing moments, and then, like I said, the legacy of it lasting to this day. And now think about where we are for Black Ops 4. We are at the beginning of a huge mountain, okay? A huge mountain of content, and it's going to be so exciting to live through it for the next, I mean, at this point, 18 months, maybe multiple years if TREYARCH support it for a long time. It's such an exciting time to be a Zombies fan, so this is really good news. So, I want to talk about the implications, like I just mentioned, of this image. In the original kind of marketing tease that we got for Black Ops 4, their tagline was, "Forget what you know." Here, we appear to not have any clear, obvious reference to things that we have seen before, other than the kind of potential throwback with that text font at the bottom, as I mentioned previously. Now, notice that particular line at the bottom, we'll talk about the freaking dude taking off the mask in a moment, but that line at the bottom is saying mankind's reckoning will be its salvation. Salvation is a word that we have heard before in Zombies. That is a sort of no stranger to us all. We've heard salvation before, as I'm sure you guys remember from Black Ops 3, and so that's cute. That's a cute reference, but the thing that I'm really interested in here is the mankind part. Throughout all of Zombies, mankind is kind of, in a sense, swept sort of under the carpet and left by the wayside as we're more focused on our main characters, the Primus crew. That tends to be the angle that Zombies has kind of slowly but surely adopted over the years. You've got a couple of mentions of sort of other people here and there is some focus, of course, on improving the human condition in the original older content that we had in Black Ops 1. We've also got things like in Black Ops 2, the buried cutscene, I think it is, showing the characters going from die-rise to buried, has some other people in it. It's got, like, I think a police officer getting overrun and things like that, so that's a little window into the fact that mankind is still present on Earth during the zombies outbreak that the characters are living through, or the transit crew are living through, after the missiles hit Earth after the events of Moon. Mankind is present there, but they're really, really pushed out of the focus in favour of our main characters. But here, we're getting something completely different. We've gone from the Black Ops 3, only the cursed survive, again, a tagline directly focusing on Richtofen, one of our Primus group, to now a new tagline focusing on mankind's reckoning. What the hell does that mean? Like, in Black Ops 3, if we think about that kind of story arc, we had what I would say is a character building exercise in the destruction of those souls, the people that we killed as we went through that game. That was a character building exercise that culminated in a battle. Apothicons, Keepers, Dr. Monty, Shadow Man, all of that came together, and we kind of, in sort of very, very brief and broad stroke sense, tried to save the universe, right? That was sort of what we were doing, I guess. But here, it seems like the stakes are much smaller. This is just mankind's reckoning. This isn't the fate of all the known and unknown universes. This isn't related to the most powerful artifact in the known and unknown universes in history ever to have ever been created, to ever be created in the future. This isn't on that scale. It's just mankind's reckoning. It's whether mankind is gonna live or not, whether they're going to succeed against, presumably, the zombies' scourge or not. And that's really, really good news to me, because it means, in my opinion at least, the reading that I get from this, the inference that I can make, is that the stakes are lower. And that means that TREYARCH have seen that we've been bombastic in Black Ops 3, we've been crazy, it's been ridiculous, we've had dragons, we've had aliens, we've had all sorts of crazy business coming in, but now they're changing the tone. And they're saying, instead, we're going to give a different approach to our zombies mode with this game, or certainly initially, certainly in the marketing build-up that they're doing, and we're instead here going to say, you know what if we make this about humanity itself this time? We've never really cared about humanity before, but if we do now, that's a cool change in my opinion. Now, that's just the text at the bottom. The stuff on the side, it's interesting it's in a different colour to the stuff on the right-hand side as well. The kind of orange and purple thing that we've got going on there might end up being some kind of theme. I mean, orange is obviously the colour of Black Ops, I guess you could sort of argue at this point. You've got those 4 bars as the very obvious orange Black Ops thing, the logo, but it's probably not anything related to that. But I would be sort of suspectful, if that's even a word, I would suspect that the orange and purple theme might kind of persist in the marketing that they're doing if the text that is written there does end up being important in some way. Now, one thing to note is that might not be text in a conventional sense, it might be a string of numbers. Like, I mean, I haven't got time right now while I'm doing this first sort of reaction video to actually count exactly how many characters we've got there on the right-hand side, but there's always a chance that that's a numbers thing. And then I'm going to go grab a glass of water because my throat is really sore. But the mask is really interesting to me because it's like the guy is a zombie, but then at the same time, he's not. Like, he's sort of looking towards the camera like he is just human? Conscious? Like, is the taking off of the mask, is it a symbolic thing in the same way that the Only the Cursed Survive thing was pretty much purely symbolic in the end? It didn't really have a direct specific meaning with that poster specifically, at least, with Chicago and the zombie and all sorts. It didn't really correlate to something quite direct in that way, whereas this guy might do, but potentially completely validly as well, might not. This mask might be a metaphor for something that we completely have no idea about right now. That is fully possible. So I'm really interested to hear what your thoughts are on this, guys. Like, what is the guy even wearing? Is my man in, like, a beret? Is he from Egypt? Is he got some kind of, like, Egyptian, like, pharaoh gown, turban-y style thing on his head? What is the kind of robe thing coming down here? What are the robe things that look like his sleeves are made out of? Like, it does look like he's wearing some kind of interesting outfit that's not just like a standard shirt like the Chicago zombie from the Only the Cursed Survive poster was wearing. What's the symbol on the front of that mask? I don't recognize that off the cut. I mean, it's kind of hard to make out. Is that some kind of, like, third all-seeing eye? I'm going to have so much to dig into here. This is going to be glorious. But for now, I want to post my first reaction to this, which is this video. I'm so hyped. I'm losing my voice already. I'm going to be going on about this all goddamn day. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell. Turn on notifications for this channel, because as the Zombies teasers come out, I'm going to be pumping out content like a madman. Your boy is going to be bringing it all to you, and I really hope that you come along on this journey with me as we figure out what the hell this writing means and just all of it. It's going to be fantastic. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. First Zombies teaser. I'm so excited, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.